Team, we have very important business to review. Grab a coffee, grab a cup of tea, grab your matcha, and come hang with me. Oh, that's good stuff. Team, welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna do a little mini series, something a little different, and it's gonna be called Morning Matchas with me. We're gonna chill out, we're gonna hang, and we're gonna chat all things fitness, life, and the good stuff in between. And I figured it'd be fun for you guys to get to know the face behind all the balcony workouts, because I got a lot going on outside of working out on my balcony 24/7. But we will kind of cover some fun facts about me, how I got started on this whole YouTube journey, hopefully where I plan to take things, the things that I do on a Sunday to kind of prep for the week, and hopefully that inspires you guys to maybe do the same. And yeah, just a lot of things that are going on in my life, which is a lot, like I'm busy all the time. First and foremost, how did I get started on this YouTube journey? So fitness has been a huge part of my life. I grew up very athletic. I was a competitive dancer. I did gymnastics. I was a soccer player. And so as I transitioned into my adult life, I knew that I wanted to continue remaining active and healthy and fit in some capacity. I love getting in a good sweat, and I'm a sweaty Betty. Trust me, I sweat a lot when I work out, like a lot. But I just love getting in a good workout and feeling accomplished afterwards. And it was just such a huge part of my life. I knew I wanted to continue that as I got older. I want to say, truthfully, COVID inspired me. Always been in the gym, in and out of the gym. I was always constantly looking at ways to kind of level up my workouts and this and that. And COVID hit, and it just kind of derailed everything for a lot of people, right? There was people that did go to the gym and then didn't work out for a year or 2 years, or just kind of lost the motivation and didn't really have it in them to do at-home workouts. Working out in the gym is like my outlet. After a long day, stressful day, or a super crazy day at the office, like I always look forward to getting in a workout after work or before work and just kind of setting the tone. And not being able to do that really kind of hit me hard, and it sucked for me. So I said, you know what? We're working out in the living room. It is what it is. And I started to hop on the at-home workout bandwagon. And I live in a condo. I'm based in Toronto, for those of you that don't know. And you can get some pretty decent sized condos here, and you can get some pretty small ones. So at the end of the day, it's a box in the sky. And we have an open concept layout. So I've got like a beautiful kitchen and an island, and then my living room. And there isn't a ton of like space that you would find in the gym to get your workouts in. But I started working out at home in my little living room next to the island that I worked at all day for 8-9 hours a day. And I just said, you know what, we're gonna do it, we're gonna make it happen. And so I crushed at-home workouts for almost 2 years. And I think I probably came out of COVID in better shape than when I went into it. So that was super awesome and really rewarding. And when I started to catch up with people and see them, and started to have in-person gatherings when COVID restrictions started to lift a little bit, people were like, what are you doing? Like, you look fantastic for, you know, not being able to go to a gym. And I didn't have a lot of equipment either. I primarily did body weight workouts. I'd FaceTime friends, and we'd work out on Zoom together to help push each other as motivation. I was able to acquire some 5-pound dumbbells, 10-pound dumbbells, and like a 15-pound kettlebell. And that's really all of the equipment that I still have to this day at home. I don't use a ton, but you don't need a lot. And so as I started to work out every single day in COVID, my boyfriend at the time, now fiance, he put a ring on it. We'll get into that later. Anyhow, my fiance said to me, you know, you really should post some of these workouts. Like, you can inspire people. You could really help a lot of people that are struggling to work out at home and they don't have the motivation and they don't really know where to start. And they could maybe look at you as a source of inspiration, and you could help people. So I ended up getting my certification in CanFit Pro and becoming a personal trainer and getting certified. And I started, once COVID restrictions started to lift a little bit, I started to work at various gyms in the city, at 45, Fit Factory. I started to meet coaches, learn from coaches. There was a few amazing coaches that kind of took me under their wing at 45 and really mentored me and showed me the ropes, which I'm so grateful for. And it's gotten me to kind of where I am today within the fitness world. And I kind of came into my own style with training and coaching. And it became so rewarding. Once the restrictions lifted, I got back in the gym and I started training in person and coaching in person at gyms. And then ultimately, I started to launch my own YouTube channel, and that's when I started to post at-home workouts. The summer is so beautiful in Toronto, and we're super fortunate that we have a pretty linear sized balcony, if you will. It's quite spacious. And width-wise, it's not much, but it's very long, and I've got just enough space to kind of roll out my mat and do a workout on the balcony. So I know there's a lot of people that have decent sized living rooms, backyards, balconies, if it's big enough. And it's all just to say that I wanted to launch this just to help people at home. I don't think at home workouts will ever really go away. I think this is kind of like a newfound thing that, you know, maybe people feel confident and comfortable working out at home. There's a lot of people that have now turned to remote working from home for work indefinitely, and they're never going back to the office. So yeah, maybe they don't have the time or the distance to want to travel to a gym, and they still want to crush an at-home workout. I definitely think as much as people love group fitness training and they love being in the gym and having all the equipment and doing their own thing, I feel like at-home workouts are definitely here to stay. I don't think they're gonna go away. And yeah, I just really want to help people. Being a coach and being a group fitness trainer in the city has taught me so much. And when you see the same people day in and day out doing, whether it's your workouts or a program that, you know, someone else at the gym has made for them, but seeing people grow over time and crush their fitness goals, meet their fitness goals, feel confident in themselves, and start to see a change in themselves, and they start to love working out, and they get excited to come to the gym, and they get excited to come to your classes. It's such a rewarding feeling. It's so hard to put into words, and it just kind of, the feeling remains unmatched for me. And so maybe I'm not necessarily as much in the gym coaching people now because I don't have the time in my schedule, but I thought this would be a nice little way to coach people online and sweat with you guys virtually. And as long as I can help one or two people, then I feel like I've done my job. God, this matcha is so good. Also, fun fact, I'm a coffee girl. I'm truly a coffee girl through and through. Vanilla latte with almond milk is like, a gift from the gods. Like, it just gets me going. And I've had coffee probably every single day since I started drinking coffee at like 17. So you can imagine what that's done to one's system. I will say, healthy eating habits wise, I don't drink coffee on an empty stomach. I usually have it in the morning, but I usually always eat breakfast first and then have coffee. But lately, as you get older, your body starts to just shift a little, right? Your metabolism changes. You just notice your digestive tract changes. What worked for you before may not work for you now. And so I had gotten to a point recently in the past couple months where like coffee was just not sitting well with me. And I feel like it was affecting my gut and affecting my digestive issues. And it started to give me a little bit of anxiety. I felt like I was crashing really hard in the afternoon. And I just wasn't really feeling great when I was having coffee. And so I figured, you know what, maybe I need to take a step back. Maybe I need to cut it out for like a week or two and then come back into it, see how it goes. And then ultimately, oh, my laundry's done. Ultimately, I tried that and I still didn't feel great. So I went cold turkey. I cut it out completely, but I loved getting up in the morning, starting my day with a coffee walk. My fiance Mike and I usually wake up together. We go and we start the day. I'm still working from home. I work from home twice a week and then I go into the office twice a week. Also, Mike has a designer schedule. He's in real estate, so he gets to work wherever and do whatever whenever. So he's lucky in that sense. But we always start the day together. We go for a coffee walk and then we get the day going. We go our separate ways. We like get into the groove and we do our thing. And so I really loved that aspect of like how we start our mornings together, and I didn't really want that to change because I wasn't drinking coffee anymore. So I decided to switch to matcha and I fell in love. It's like a matcha latte. I do either almond milk or soy milk, but I do love a good almond milk. So I'll do a matcha latte with almond milk, and I will put a little bit of vanilla in there just to like sweeten it up a little bit. I know some people say it tastes like the earth and it tastes like grass. I'm a firm believer. I don't eat a lot of sugar in my diet regularly in my life. So if I'm just gonna put a little bit of sugar in my coffee, I'll take it to the bank. It's fine. Everything in moderation. And if the only sugar I'm really getting throughout the day is my coffee, So I switched to matcha, iced matcha specifically, because I can't really get behind like the hot matcha just yet. I'm more of like an iced matcha girl. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Honestly, it's so good. And the health benefits outweigh drinking coffee any day. But I've been on the matcha train probably, I want to say, since February or March, and it's what, now June. So I'm super proud of myself for that. And I think I'm a changed woman, honestly. I feel so great. I feel like my digestive issues are under control. I feel like my gut isn't as unhappy and irritable as it was before. I wake up, I feel fantastic. I don't have this afternoon crash, and my body just doesn't feel dependent on it. It's just like a really nice, delicious thing that I enjoy, and I will incorporate coffee here or there when I feel like it, and I still feel good when I do. I don't feel like my system is as upset by it when I incorporate it sparingly. So I might have it once a week, maybe 1 or 2 times every other week, but now I sprinkle in coffee here or there, and it's been a transition, but it's okay, and I feel like all around it was a good decision. Circling back to the boyfriend that became the fiance. My fiance, Mike, who I'll insert here, we're getting married this year in September. So I am a September bride, which is super exciting. I don't really chat too much wedding stuff on Instagram or YouTube. I keep a lot of things close to the vest, but the planning process has been super interesting because we are getting married in Spain, which we're so excited about and is so wild to me. We got engaged last year in Spain, in Mallorca, which was a beautiful, beautiful trip that we took. And if you haven't been to Spain, Barcelona, or Mallorca, you absolutely have to go. Anyhow, we are getting married in Spain this September. So, oh my God, if we do the countdown, we've got time, but we feel like there's a lot of little details that we have to plan still. So I feel like it's gonna creep up on me very, very quickly. But yeah, we're excited. I'm a September bride. We're doing all the things. If anyone has any wedding tips or tricks or recommendations, do let us know. And yeah, we're just super excited to have our closest friends and family there to celebrate with us. We're pretty chill people, and we don't love all of the hoopla of doing a North American style wedding with like 100 people and a banquet hall and all the things. And again, that is so fantastic. If that is totally up your alley, I hope you have the wedding that you absolutely dream of. I think everyone deserves that. We just wanted to do something a little bit more of an experience and a little bit more low key, definitely on a smaller scale. And yeah, just kind of envisioning doing it during the Spanish sunset. And yeah, I think it'll be beautiful. That's the background on that. On the topic of weddings, it's funny, and I want to speak to this in the most mindful way, because there is this idea surrounding weddings that when a female, or even a male sometimes, but mostly when females get married, it's like, oh, are you on wedding prep? And there's this like crazy kind of diet culture surrounding weddings and brides, and like working out excessively leading up to your wedding, especially when you're in like the 6-month mark to the 3-month mark. And it's like doing all the things to look and feel your best on your wedding day. And I've actually had a few people make comments to me. I think it was subconscious, like I don't think they meant it in a negative way, but it's so funny how sometimes we don't even realize how preconditioned we are. But I've had some people make comments to me of like, if I'm going out to eat, someone will say, oh, are you ordering that? You've got like a wedding in 6 months, or, oh, are you gonna eat that? Or, you know, are you on a diet, or have you been working out more? And it's like, for me personally, I'm not on wedding prep. I don't know what that means to some people. It can look like different things to some people, but I'm not on any diets. I haven't changed my workout routine or my workout split. In fact, I think I've taken more rest days in the past 2 months than I have in my entire life. And I think that's also just the times that I'm in right now. My life is super busy with planning, with work, with side hustles. I do personal train people on the side as a side hustle. So it's like I'm constantly going, and I feel like I have started to just be a little bit more in tune with my mind and my body, and I want to do all of the things that make me feel good on a regular basis every single day, not just on my wedding day or for a specific event. And so I've just been listening to my body a little bit more, and my body's been telling me that I need to chill out a little bit more and I need to slow down. I need to rest and recover and make sure that the workouts that I am doing are benefiting my body in the way that I'd like them to be so I can see results. And so I've just been really in tune with that and kind of listening to that. So I've been kind of blocking out the noise recently of this wedding prep. I don't have a goal leading up to my wedding of, oh, I want to lose 5 pounds, or I want to lose 10 pounds, or I want to tone, or I want to do this. I want to tone all the time. I want to maintain the physique that I have all the time. For me, it's a lifestyle thing and there is no finish line. And I just want people to be mindful, especially brides, when you're heading into your wedding planning and your wedding season and the months leading up to your weddings. If you want to go on wedding prep and eat a little cleaner and work out a little harder, if that's what makes you feel good, then definitely do it. But I don't want there to be an expectation surrounding weddings that you have to work out extra hard and you have to do this to fit into your dress. It's not sustainable. And to do all of this work just to feel good on that one day and then the rest of it goes down the toilet afterwards it defeats the purpose. You want it to be a whole lifestyle shift, and you want to look and feel your best every single day, not just on your wedding day, right? So I just want to be mindful of that, and I think I've just been doing a really good job of kind of blocking out the noise and not getting too caught up in the hype of being on a diet or working out twice as hard as I usually do, because trust me, when I am in the gym, I go hard. I go hard every time I work out. To me, every workout I do is like a last chance workout. It's like pretend like you're never going to be able to work out again. You give everything you have in that moment, and that's kind of my mentality when I head into training, because I always just want to give everything that I do 100% in life and in training. But yeah, I'm going with the flow and I'm doing what feels good. I naturally eat clean all the time. I make a lot of food. I don't really eat out that much. But yeah, I've just been kind of enjoying the process and not getting too caught up in the hype of prepping for this wedding and, you know, doing the diets and working out excessively. And we're leaning into what feels good. And I know no matter what, it's going to be a beautiful day. And I just want to look and feel my best. And I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job of what that entails, even though it looks different for different people. It is a beautiful little Sunday today. Sundays are probably my favorite day of the week. A, because it is like my one and only day off. And two, also because it's just like a chill day. You get to go for a walk. Everyone's on a Sunday stroll. Like the pace just slows down dramatically and you don't feel rushed. You don't feel pressure to do all these things. It's just like a nice, easygoing day. And it really just sets your tone for the week ahead, which I love, because my weeks are usually a little bit crazy. So it's just kind of like, it helps you prepare, which I love. I usually always do a big grocery shop on Sundays, and I buy a bunch of stuff for the week. And I usually meal prep on Sundays too, just so that I've got some food for work. We've got some food for lunches and breakfasts, and I don't always have time to go to the grocery store every day or every other day to like buy fresh produce and buy fresh things all the time, even though that would be nice. But I buy as much as I can on the Sunday so that we don't have to make as many pit stops throughout the week to buy things to make for breakfast or dinner. I'm gonna do a big grocery haul after this. Some of my go-tos, staples that I always have in my fridge: tomatoes, cucumbers, feta, red onion, green onion. Boom, that's an immediate salad right there. I've always got a bunch of meat in the freezer that we keep so that we can kind of use it throughout the week, but lean veal, chicken. I like to make homemade meatballs sometimes, so I use extra lean ground beef for that, which is great. In my pantry, I usually have some sort of like a gluten-free pasta. I love an orzo, make a mean orzo salad, but there's just a ton of veggies in my fridge, like peppers, I've got avocados. I always make sure that I've got some spinach on deck, which has been missing from my fridge for the past couple weeks, which I'm a little bit upset about because the spinach hasn't been looking so great. But I always make sure I have spinach on deck so I can make protein smoothies, which my go-to protein smoothie is just banana, vanilla, pea protein powder, almond milk, and a little bit of cinnamon, and that's it. I always make sure I have salad stuff because usually when I'm working from home, I want to do a quick fix. I'll make a quick and easy salad, throw some protein on the top, and that's usually my go-to. Breakfast, I like to keep smoked salmon in the freezer, and then we'll have it whenever we're feeling it. Just to pop that on a bagel, I usually do the Odo's bagels. They're 100 calories. You keep them in the freezer. They're pre-sliced. You just pop them in the toaster and go. And they're just so easy for like smoked salmon on toast, avocado on toast, which I love doing for breakfast or for lunch, depending on how late I eat. But yeah, those are just some of the goodies that I'm hoping to make this week. I always make baked trout. It's also such an easy go-to. I make a couple portions and just do baked trout on top of a fully loaded salad, which I absolutely love. I'll grab some carrots and some hummus as a snack. We don't really have too many snacks. You know, I like to find clean alternatives to eat as a snack. It's summer in Toronto, and I love popsicles. So yeah, we got those in the freezer too. But yeah, those are really the essentials that I think I want to grab. Outside of that, we'll see what else falls into my cart, but yeah, that's about it. I'll probably meal prep a bunch of stuff tonight. Mike usually plays soccer in the afternoon, evenings on Sunday, so I kind of have like the condo and the kitchen to myself to cook up a storm, maybe throw in some housewives in the background. And yeah, I have a little cooking party, I prep, and then I just decompress at the end of the day. I put on some good tunes. I'll definitely read a couple chapters of whatever book I'm into at that point, and I usually try and get to bed early on Sundays because I'm up at 6 a.m. on a Monday and we're moving and grooving for the rest of the week. So how you start your Sundays to me is so important, and it really just sets the tone for the rest of the week. And yeah, I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorites. And now I'm absolutely gonna love starting my Sundays with you guys. Thanks so much for chilling and chatting with me. Have a beautiful little Sunday. Drink up, and I will catch you next time.